can you differentiate between true love and infatuation? How do you know which one you're in? Explore the perils of blind love with insights inspired by EllenGWhite's timeless letter from 1880 that still resonates today, encouraging us to choose wisely and live a life of purpose. EllenGWhite's letters offer profound guidance on navigating relationships with wisdom and clarity. Uncover the timeless lessons that could transform your understanding of love. In a world where emotions often cloud judgment, two persons become acquainted. They are infatuated with each other and their whole attention is absorbed, reason is blinded, and judgment is overthrown. They will not submit to any advice or control, but insist on having their own way regardless of consequence. Like some epidemic or contagion that must run its course is the infatuation that possesses them, and there seems to be no such thing as putting a stop to it. Perhaps there are those around them who realize that, should the parties interested be united in marriage, it could only result in lifelong unhappiness. But entreaties and exhortations are given in vain. Perhaps by such a union, the usefulness of one whom God would bless in his service would be crippled and destroyed, but reasoning and persuasion are alike unheeded. All that can be said by men and women of experience proves ineffectual. It is powerless to change the decision to which their desires have led them. They lose interest in everything that pertains to religion. They are wholly infatuated with each other, and the duties of life are neglected as if they were matters of little concern. The good name of honor is sacrificed under the spell of this infatuation, and the marriage of such persons cannot be solemnized under the approval of God. They are married because passion moved them, and when the novelty of the affair is over, they will begin to realize what they have done. In 6 months after the vows are spoken, their sentiments toward each other have undergone a change. Each has learned in married life more of the character of the companion chosen. Each discovers imperfections that, during the blindness and folly of their former association, were not apparent. The promises at the altar do not bind them together. In consequence of hasty marriages, even among the professed people of God, there are separations, divorces, and great confusion in the church. When it is too late, they find that they have made a mistake, and have imperiled their happiness in this life and the salvation of their souls. They would not admit that anyone knew anything about the matter but themselves, when if counsel had been received, they might have saved themselves years of anxiety and sorrow. But advice is only thrown away on those who are determined to have their own way. Passion carries such individuals over every barrier that reason and judgment can interpose. Weigh every sentiment, and watch every development of character in the one with whom you think to link your life destiny. The step you are about to take is one of the most important in your life, and should not be taken hastily. While you may love, do not love blindly. I hope you will have self-respect enough to shun this form of courtship. If you have an eye single to the glory of God, you will move with deliberate caution. You will not suffer lovesick sentimentalism to so blind your vision that you cannot discern the high claims that God has upon you as a Christian. Several challenging questions are raised in this letter. It seems that both are too young and immature to consider marriage. Some evidences of immaturity are suggested. There is the problem of superficiality on the part of the girl. The question of whether it is real love or infatuation is considered. EllenGWhite urges this young man to take the long look rather than to think only of the moment. Let us read the letter together, dated June 8, 1880. Dear John, I am sorry that you have entangled yourself in any courtship with Elizabeth. In the first place, your anxiety upon this question is premature. I speak to you as one who knows. Wait till you have some just knowledge of yourself and of the world, of the bearing and character of young women, before you let the subject of marriage possess your thoughts. Elizabeth will never elevate you. She has not in her the hidden powers which, developed, would make a woman of judgment and ability to stand by your side to help you in the battles of life. She lacks force of character. She has not depth of thought and compass of mind that would be a help to you. You see the surface and it is all there is. In a little while, should you marry, the charm would be broken. The novelty of the married life having ceased, you will see things in their real light and find out you have made a sad mistake. Love is a sentiment so sacred that but few know what it is. It is a term used but not understood. The warm glow of impulse, the fascination of one young person for another is not love. It does not deserve the name. True love has an intellectual basis, a deep, thorough knowledge of the object loved. Remember that impulsive love is perfectly blind. It will as soon be placed on unworthy objects as worthy. Command such love to stand still and cool. Give place to genuine thought and deep, earnest reflection. Is this object of your affection in the scale of intelligence and moral excellence, in deportment and cultivated manners, such that you will feel a pride in presenting her to your father's family, to acknowledge her in all society as the object of your choice? Give yourself sufficient time for observation on every point, and then do not trust to your own judgment, and let the mother who loves you and your father and confidential friends make critical observations of the one you feel inclined to favor. Trust not to your own judgment, and marry no one whom you feel will not be an honor to your father and mother, one who has intelligence and moral worth. The girl who gives over her affections to a man and invites his attention by her advances, hanging around where she will be noticed of him unless he shall appear rude, is not the girl you want to associate with. Her conversation is cheap and frequently without depth. It will be far better not to marry at all than to be unfortunately married. But seek counsel of God in all these things. Be so calm, so submissive to the will of God that you will not be in a fever of excitement and unqualified for His service by your attachments. We have but little time to lay up a treasure of good works in heaven. Do not make any mistake here. Serve God with your undivided affection. Be zealous, be wholehearted. Let your example be of such a character that you will help others to take their stand for Jesus. Young men do not know what a power of influence they may have. Work for time and work for eternity. Your adopted mother, EllenGWhite. Letter 59, 1880. My reflections on the letter. Love is often celebrated as one of the most powerful emotions a human can experience. However, there are times when it manifests in ways that lead to more harm than good. The narrative shared in the letter from EllenGWhite serves as a poignant reminder of the risks involved when love becomes infatuation, blinding individuals from seeing reality. Through this exploration, we uncover timeless wisdom about relationships, individual growth, and the importance of wise counsel. 1. When love is blind. At the heart of this message lies a common tale of infatuation. Two people become consumed by their emotions, their reason clouded and judgment impaired. They push away advice, confident in their decision to pursue a relationship regardless of the consequences. This infatuation, like a contagious epidemic, is nearly impossible to halt, often leading to lifelong unhappiness. Despite warnings from those around them, the couple's journey towards marriage persists, driven by passion rather than genuine understanding. This often results in hasty marriages, which are not only detrimental to the individuals but also create turmoil within their communities, leading to separations and divorces. 2. The divine perspective. EllenGWhite offers a spiritual lens to this issue, highlighting that marriages driven by passion may not receive divine approval. The initial allure fades, leaving both parties to face the reality of their hasty decisions. Imperfections in character become visible, a sobering realization of what was once obscured by emotion. White urges individuals to weigh every sentiment and vigilantly observe every facet of their partner's character. The step towards marriage is profound and irreversible, warranting caution and deliberate thought. Blind love not only risks personal happiness, but might also hinder the fulfillment of one's purpose in service to God. 3. A letter of counsel. In a heartfelt letter addressed to a young man named John, EllenGWhite thoughtfully advises against early entanglements with Elizabeth. She emphasizes that John's anxiety is premature and that both individuals lack the maturity needed for such a significant commitment. White candidly assesses that Elizabeth might not contribute positively to John's life battles, lacking the depth required for a supportive partnership. Hasty choices made in love can lead to profound regrets, overshadowing the initial enchantment of marriage. 4. Understanding love. Love is more than a fleeting sentiment. It is an intellectual endeavor, an empathetic understanding of another person. EllenGWhite impresses upon John that superficial attractions do not equate to true love. True love is informed, deliberate, and considers the beloved's moral and intellectual qualities. 5. Seeking wise counsel. those contemplating marriage should seek guidance from family and trusted friends, ensuring the partner they choose aligns with their values and aspirations. White advises trusting others' insights rather than relying solely on personal judgment. And finally, a call to serve. Ultimately, EllenGWhite appeals for a life of service to God, free from the distractions of ill-considered relationships. She encourages young men to harness their influence for the betterment of their community and spiritual lives. As time on earth is limited, prioritizing righteousness and wholehearted devotion to serving Jesus is paramount. This message, delivered in 1880, maintains relevance in today's world, offering a cautionary tale about the consequences of blind love and the unwavering need for consideration and ethics in relationships. It challenges us to pursue love that enhances our lives and aligns with our deepest values and responsibilities. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to sharing more insightful content with you in the next video.